Hello everyone. Today we are going to take a look at the temporal bone. It's one of the more difficult bones of the skull and it forms a major part of the base of the skull and little bit of the side walls of the skull. So here you have the temporal bone. This is the left temporal bone and this is the lateral view or external view of the left temporal bone. And you can see that it is pretty irregular, and in order to study it and simplify it, we usually divide it into several parts. This expanded, thinned out blade like portion, this is the squamous part of the temporal bone, and from this squamous part arises this projection, the zygomatic process, and this here is the mastoid part of the temporal bone, and this bony projection is the mastoid process. This curved plate of bone is the tympanic part of the temporal bone. It is also called the tympanic plate. And you can make out that between the squamous part and the tympanic part over here you have the external auditory meatus. And this projecting part passing medially, this wedge shaped portion, this actually is the petrous part of the temporal bone. And so you have the squamous, mastoid, petrous and tympanic parts of the temporal bone. And you have another part of the temporal bone which is called the styloid process. You can see a little bit of the styloid process here. It is short in this specimen, so you can make it out with some difficulty. This depression over here is the mandibular fossa. It gives position to the head of the mandible to form the temporomandibular joint. And you can make out that this mandibular fossa is formed partly by the squamous part and partly by this tympanic plate behind. Now, if you look at this entire bone, although it is irregular, this petrous part has got several air cells. The mastoid part has got the mastoid air cells. So this is also partly a pneumatic bone. And if you look only at the squamous part, it is a thinned out flat bone. So on the whole, the bone is irregular, although different parts have different characteristics. If we look at a medial view of the temporal bone, again here you can see the squamous part, the thinned out squamous part. This is a little bit of the zygomatic process. This is a wedge shaped solid rock like petrous part of the temporal bone. It's prismatic with a tapering anterior end. Here below you can see the mastoid part of the temporal bone, rather the mastoid process. Here you can make out the small styloid process, and onto this surface, the medial surface of the petrous temporal, you can see the internal auditory meatus. If you look at an inferior view, again you can see the squamous part here with the zygomatic process, with the mandibular fossa. You can see the tympanic plate here. You can make out the mastoid process here, and again this wedge shaped roughly prismatic portion of bone is the petrous part of the temporal bone. Now if we want to see how it contributes to the skull as a whole, let us start from here. In the lateral view of the skull, you can see that the squamous part contributes to the temporal fossa. The zygomatic process along with the temporal process of the zygomatic bone forms the zygomatic arch. The tympanic plate and a part of the squamous forms the external auditory meatus. Behind the ear you have the prominence of the mastoid process. Deep inside, pointing below over here, you have the styloid process, and passing medially you have the petrous part. And this region again we might remind you is the terion, the point of confluence of the frontal bone, squamous part of temporal bone, anterior inferior angle of the parietal bone, and the tip of the greater wing of the sphenoid. If we look at the anterior view, again you can see the temporal fossa on the sides. The skull here, the bony part is pretty thin. It is actually reinforced by the temporal muscle and the temporalis fascia. Now if we look at this posterior view of the skull from behind, again you can see a little bit of the temporal fossa, and you can make out the prominence of the mastoid processes. Now if you look at the base of the skull, from here you can see again the wedge shaped petrous parts of the temporal bones over here and here, and you can make out that this wedge has insinuated itself between the sphenoid in front and the occipital bone behind. And further laterally, this again is the squamous part with its zygomatic process, mandibular fossa for the temporomandibular joint, the mastoid process over here, and the styloid process over here, and the external auditory meatus somewhere here. If you look at the interior of the base of the skull, again you can see the temporal bones in orange. You can see the squamous part here, and you can see the wedge-shaped temporal petrous parts of the temporal here. So squamous part of the temporal bone, wedge-shaped petrous part of the temporal bone, behind that a little bit of the mastoid part of the temporal bone, and within the petrous part of the temporal bone over here is the internal acoustic meatus, and the tip of the petrous part of the temporal bone forms the margin of an opening which is called foramen lacerum, irregular lacerated opening, and here the posterior border forms a margin of the jugular foramen. Now with this introduction, now we are in a position to go into the details of the temporal bone. Thank you.